What's up, guys? Nethervvoid here with a new game for you, Dungeon of the Endless by Amplitude, my favorite game company. Every one of the games so far I've loved. Dungeon of the Endless, Endless Legend, and Endless Space, all great games. Check them out on my channel. I actually have series of Endless Legend and Endless Space as well already on my channel. So this is going to be basically the last of the games they've produced that I know of anyway. And I'll have all of their games on my channel, which is kind of cool. So there are links to those other series up in the top right here, and there should be a bunch of other crap up there, I'm sure, as well. So this is kind of a new way of doing videos for me on first impressions. What I'm going to be doing, since I have to spend so much time learning these games, is I'm just going to do how to play this game from a newbie perspective. It's not going to be in-depth every little nook and cranny of the game, but I usually spend 10 to 15 hours playing a game before I do a video on it, because I have to learn it and everything, and so I might as well transfer that information to you guys. I feel like that's a little bit better than just doing a review of the game, to help you not only see the game, but also learn kind of how to play it when you first start here. So let's start a new game really quick. We're going to be talking about this over the length of this series. There'll be 30-minute sections or something like that. But basically, talk a little bit about the game, general info here. You already know it's from Amplitude Studios. It was released, this is a little bit older. I usually like to do brand new games, but it was released October 27th of last year, 2014, so it's been out a while. It's had a lot of updates, and actually when I first played it, it was a shell of really what it is now. It's much better than when I played it. It's $13 on Steam, which is pretty cheap. Hopefully I've got a link in the video description for you. If not, just do a search on Steam. It's really easy to find. So 13 bucks, real cheap, and you'll get a lot of gameplay out of this game, I think. It has a lot of replayability, which we'll talk about later. This is a turn-based roguelike dungeon crawler, where when your character or characters die, they do not come back. They are dead. So let's start a new game, and I'll show you. Let's kind of get into the game a little bit, and I'll kind of talk about how to do different things. We're going to skip that because sometimes people have copyright stuff on their intros. Okay, so basically what it is you're a crew on a ship that is crash landing on a planet, and you need to get out of the place you crash landed to get rescued or something like that. The story's pretty simple. And there's a lot to know about this game. It's a very, very complicated game, which I really like. It's a puzzle type game, and every choice you make along the way affects you greatly, actually. So let's start talking about, there are different pods here, which give different bonuses and things like that. But I have to win the game with the escape pod first to unlock this other type of pod. Spend 1,000 food healing heroes in one game. There's actually two, I guess. Two different things I need to do. But as you get into, I think this also is how you get into the harder parts of the game. Oh no, I can't choose a higher difficulty level, but I think it's because I haven't unlocked these other pods. We'll research all the modules in a winning game. So it's kind of neat that you can unlock these different type of escape pods here. But we obviously can't do that yet. We're going to be going with this one. I'm not sure how long the series is going to run. It probably as long as I find it. Once I tell you how to play the game, it will run as long as I find it interesting. Or if it's petering out on views, I'll probably stop, because it's easy to get through playthroughs of this, much like this War of Mine. I'm going to be dying a lot and restarting the game, so I don't need to do 50 episodes or anything. I'm going to start with 2 easy, just because I want to unlock as many characters as possible. By winning the game and other things like that, you unlock new characters, and like here, you can unlock new ships and things like that. So I'm going to go with 2 easy at first, also because I'm trying to show you the game, and then we'll go to harder difficulties if I'm still having fun with it. So I get 2 heroes to start with, and you can get up to 4. So I'm going to start with, I know I've already played through a few times, and I really like this guy right here because he has a really high amount of DPS. So I usually use him to mow down the aliens, and you'll see what I mean in a little bit when I talk about aliens. But this guy is definitely cool. He's very, very slow, and that's fine. You'll see how my playstyle is. It doesn't matter how fast this guy is. He's also a good tank, so that's good too. He has a lot of hit points. He won't die very easily. It's kind of good to get you need to get some pretty stable characters to begin with. You don't want to really take too many glass cannons, because you start out with just 2 guys, and if you lose them, obviously you lose the game. So number of times I've selected him, number of times he's died, and I think number of victories with this hero. So it's kind of cool. This actually keeps like a record of how much you've used this. A thug. I don't think this matters too much. The different classes, opportunist, bounty hunter, I think that doesn't I mean, I think they're all, I mean, they all have a unique class in a sense, so that doesn't really matter too much. But what you do want to care about is what kind of weapon they use, because when you can get weapons and armor and things in the game, and you don't want to, well, personally, I don't think you want two characters with the same type of weapon because it will be harder to equip them. If you have two guys that use the same type of gun, when you get a gun, you'll have to pick and choose who to give it to. But this way, if you pick up a spear, you won't be able to use it at all because their guys use guns, right? So this way, I kind of make it a little bit easier to equip my guys. So the second guy I'm going to pick here, again, high on hit points. It's kind of one of my big things. Like you can see, these guys don't have as many hit points. Like this guy has a really low amount. Has a low amount, but she's very fast. This guy has a little bit less, but I really want more hit points again because I'm kind of learning the game. This guy's a little bit faster. You'll see why I want to use this guy for speed. He still has decent DPS, and provided hero when manipulating or repairing a module. Okay, we'll talk about modules later. Again, I've done this same crew 5 times. So okay, we've got our crew, our dudes picked. We've chosen our difficulty, and I think these unlock the higher you get into the game. And so we will start the game. So we'll talk a little bit more about it. Some of the cool factors and stuff that I really love about it is it's a puzzle type dungeon crawler. I really like that. I really am into dungeon crawlers. And I haven't played RPGs much in a really long time. And this is an RPG in a sense, but it really is a puzzle game. And it's simple to learn, yet it's very complex because there are so many moving parts. I really like that. The advancement and leveling system, which we will talk about in a little bit, also is cool because I really like leveling. I'm an achievement-oriented type of a dude, and that really gets me going. There's also gear. Each of your characters can have gear, so if we click this guy, you can see there are slots for gear. Not a lot of slots, which I think is good. It's just enough to make it fun, but not too much to make it, too complex. They have passive and active skills. Another thing I like. The characters are pretty complex. I like that as well. Amplitude's really good at adding complexity to their games. But it's like complexity that makes the game more fun and adds as little tedium as possible, I think, which is great. Because a lot of times when you add complexity to a game, there always comes a certain level of tedium with it, right? And they're very good at adding fun complexity without, getting too much tedium involved. So this guy's level 1. He's going to take 25 food to level up. I can level him up whenever I feel like it. Obviously, right now I can't because I don't have 25 food. I only have 14. He takes 4 food to heal, and we'll talk about that. I can heal him in battle. You can reset your abilities cooldown with science. The cost of proportional to the recovery time remaining. So I've never actually done this before. Reset your abilities. Okay. I'm not sure why I'd want to do that. Maybe, because I can pick... No, I can't pick how they level up. Interesting. I don't know. I've never used that before. That's something we'll have to check later. If I want to dismiss him because I can only have 4 people in my party, I will get a certain amount of food back that will be put in my store. So that's how much he's worth. Also, if you just hover over this, it'll tell you what he'll gain when he levels. He'll gain some defense, a little bit of DPS, some attack power, basically, looks like. So that is pretty cool. That's kind of the little character sheet here. Here's your backpack. This is where you have items that are not on characters. His inventory, I would imagine. These are items saved to the next floor. I don't know if items in the inventory get saved to the next floor. I've actually never seen this part used right here. But that's the character sheet. You can click here to heal your characters in the middle of battle. You don't have to actually go to their sheet and click it or whatever. There are also hotkeys right now. I think 1 and 2 are these guys' hotkeys. Yeah, you can see I'm going back and forth between 1 and 2. The game has quite a few options, really the only options you're going to need. There's a lot of hotkey options, which I also like. Again, I like that Amplitude takes the time to put lots of hotkeys and stuff in their games. That's really essential in my opinion. Lots of different modules and uses for those, and we'll talk about those in a minute. This is technically a module. It's the crystal. This is the power source for your ship that just crash landed. And this power source, you need to take it with you because it's used to power rooms of this dungeon that you're about to see. This is a room. Open the door, right? This is a door. And you're trying to get out of this dungeon you crashed in, this place. Because if you get to the surface, I think you get rescued. I've never actually done it before, but we will see how that works. Again, this is going to take probably a couple of episodes just to explain the game because the game is so complex. So up here you have your resources, and if you've played any other Amplitude games, these will be very, very obvious to you. Industry, science, food, and dust. Dust is in all their games. It's the currency of the game. In this game, it's used to power rooms, so this is power. I have 28 dust, 28 power in a sense. Now, you can see the pluses here. Every time I open a door, I will get this many resources in these areas. I will get dust randomly by going into the room. I think I find it in the room. It doesn't really explain why you get dust for going into a room. You just do, and sometimes you don't, so it just depends. Let's open it with this guy here. This is going to be my runner. Basically, the way I like to work it is, this guy opens doors, this guy chills and just kills stuff. So he doesn't have to be fast. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use an old system from EverQuest that actually I'm sure has been used in a lot of other games. I'm going to pull with this guy. This guy and any other party members will just mow down whoever gets pulled. Okay, so this is my puller, that's why he's faster. Let's open the door. What's going to happen is, I'm going to open the door to the next room, and monsters could spawn in that room, because the room is unlit. Anytime you open a door, monsters can spawn in rooms that are unlit, or that do not have a person in them. So you can have an unlit room, but you can put one of your heroes in that room, and no monsters will spawn there. So what you kind of want to do is, you're trying to find the exit to the next floor, and you are trying to not die in the process and not get your crystal killed. If your crystal gets killed, you lose the game. If you lose both your heroes, you lose the game. So we're going to open this door with a right click. You can see I gained some stuff here, and okay, let me go back quick. It spawned monsters. I'm going to pull them back into this room, and we're just going to tear them apart. So there we go. So you can see I got healed after the turn was over. This is a turn-based game. Nothing will happen now. Everything that can happen from opening that door has happened. Monsters spawn. I killed the monsters. All the monsters are dead, and I get a full heal at the end of that round. So you don't have to... It's kind of neat. I like this game, and this is where the complexity comes in. If your guy is almost dead and you're about to kill the last monster, you might not want to heal them. It will spend your food for no reason, because you're going to get an auto heal at the end of the turn. So that's again why I like this game, because it's got that complexity and those oh crap moments and things. So let's power this room by by middle clicking my mouse. So you can see the crystal is now powering this room, and I have one room that's powered, and I can power up to 3 rooms right now because I have 38 dust. Every 10 dust allows me to power 1 more room. So let's run our dudes into here. There's a way to select all. I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to do it. I wonder if I can do control. How about shift? Shift and click will do it. That's fine. Let's run them both into here. No monsters will spawn back here because this room is powered. We are going to set up a module here. This is a space where I can add a module. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to do an industry generator. This will add 3 industry per door open right to my supply, right? Right now I have +8. When I build this, I'll have +11. And this is going to cost me 20 industry. Also, every time I build a module, the module cost goes up for the next module you build. So let's build one here. And let's look now. See, now they're 25. So probably what I'm going to build next is a food generator, because a replicator, because food is used for so many things. Leveling your characters, healing them. It's very, very important to have lots of food. Now, when you level your characters, they will stay that level when you move up to the next dungeon. You keep all the supplies that you've gathered in that floor. You take those to the next floor. So I definitely want to level my characters sooner rather than later. In fact, I could probably level this guy now because he only costs 15, and he will get more defense, which is really going to help since he's going to be my puller. He'll get obviously also some more hit points, 46 more. But I'm going to save it because, well, I'll level up because it should be pretty easy to keep these guys going. So the next level, he's going to get a new active skill. That's pretty cool. But it should be pretty easy to keep these guys healed on that next door. Okay, so we've got an industry generator here. And so I've talked a little bit about resources. Let's stop maybe and talk about resources since we started talking about them. So yeah, industries used to build modules. There are a lot of different kinds of modules. There's also this prisoner module. This is basically a drone or a turret that will sit in here and kill monsters for you. It's not that strong. These aren't not that strong, but they will help a lot in supplementing DPS if you have like large waves of mobs coming in and stuff. List of your support minor modules, I don't have any yet, and so they're also like hindering modules, like modules that slow creatures down and things like that. So So that's what industry is for. That's why you usually put the industry module down first, because I want to be able to build the other modules up as quick as I can. Food is used to heal and level you up. And it's used for a few other things, which we'll talk about as well. Also to recruit new dudes when you find them. So you want to make sure you have a good amount of food kind of saved up at all times, usually for healing later in the dungeons. Right now, it's fine if I level, because I'm not really expecting huge waves of mobs right now. Science is used to power abilities and research upgrades. Excuse me, it's early in the morning and I need more water as usual. Used to power abilities and research upgrades. You'll see that we'll find some modules in the dungeon that are used to do research upgrades, like maybe, you know, industry module generator level 2, which will give me, like, I think it's 5 industry per door instead of 3. So that's something that's cool. When you find one of those, you definitely want to have the science to research some upgrades that stay with you throughout your game. Dust, we've already talked about, used to power rooms, and that's really all there is to it with dust. If your crystal starts getting hit, you will start losing dust. I'm pretty sure when your dust runs out, your crystal will be destroyed. This is how much energy is in that crystal. 38 dust worth of energy, right? Okay, so we're going to open another door here. I like to go sideways instead of straight up, because I just find it easier to protect myself when I'm going sideways. I don't really know why your mileage may vary. Okay, good. We have a room. Run back, quick. Let's power the room. Oh, good. I think that's an artifact. So that's good that we have a side room here that doesn't have another door to open and have this massive corridors. Because you end up having to defend all the ways people can get your crystal, right? So, yes, we've already found artifact. Let's talk about the artifact here. Artifact research. Research consumes science and upgrades something or gives you a new module. So let's look. Yeah, here's a new module, land module. And it's, oh, I wasn't clicked in here. Okay. Adds 120% defense to all major modules on this floor. Okay, that's cool. Local aggression neutralizer increases the defense of each module. That's kind of neat because your modules can get destroyed. Suppression firebot adds 15% attack power to heroes in the same room. That's kind of neat because it can pump up your heroes if you're like holding out in a certain room. Claymore mine, I've actually seen these used when I was doing research. They're pretty awesome. They basically explode, you know, right into when mobs run over them, they explode, which is really cool. It does tons of damage. Tear gas applies damage of 4 per second to monsters in the room. This is pretty good, but it's basically a DPS increase, I think. Kind of like the suppressive firebot is, except you don't have to have heroes in the room to do it. Build cost 7, build cost 10. I might go with claymores. Kind of like it a little bit better. That's good, but it's not that great. I also like the suppressive firebot, but I'm probably going to go for claymore. It's pretty expensive. Research time 3. So takes a specific number of turns or door openings for the research to complete. So if I pick any of these, it will be researched for the 3 next times I open a door, right? After I open my 3rd door, I will get the research of whatever I started, and I will be able to research a new item, because you can only research one thing at a time. So that's pretty much it. The one thing to know is, so let's say you start research and only have 1 door left. That research will complete before you go to the next level, so you'll get it regardless. You can start research at the very end, and you're going to have to balance that a lot, because it can be hard to build up enough science to get the research you want before you exit out of the level you're in. So you can come back hopefully before you leave the dungeon and start that research. Alright, so we don't need... Oh, we can reset the researches as well if we don't like these. I'm not going to do that because I'm just going to start researching. I'm not really far enough in the game to care that much about it. Now let's go up. I'm glad that there is only one other path. Okay, good. Oh, good. We can put another module there, which we will do. See, my guy's getting hurt a little bit, and not too much, and he gets auto-healed as usual. So let's power this room. Let's move everybody up by shift-clicking here. I wonder if I hit 1 and 2, if it would, like, select both. Nope. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but I don't care. So here I'm going to build my food generator. I'm going to need to level my guys, like, immediately, pretty much. So now I'm up to +9. That's nice. And I should be able to get that science module down relatively quickly. Two more doors, and I should have a science module. If I have a room that allows me a module, and with very easy, I'm sure I'll get one. So this is interesting. 3 doors coming off this one. I really like long corridors much better. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Okay, let's talk about the turn system we've got going on here. Basically, I've already talked about a lot of it, but basically every time you open a door, a new phase starts, or a new turn, right? You get more resources. There's a chance monsters spawn in any unlit room, or a room that does not have a hero in it. There's a chance you will get dust in the room, and at the end of the round, everyone heals to full. That's pretty much it. Monsters will attack modules, and they will attack heroes, and obviously they will try to kill your crystal over here, your power crystal. That's really it, and again, that's why I really love this game, because it is that simple, except it's not simple. It's simple to understand and hard to master. Really, in my opinion, the key to making great games. Simple to pick up, difficult to master, and that's why I would complain so much about Elite when I did, is because Elite is not simple to pick up, but it is difficult to master, so they've kind of lost out on that. One thing I do wish this game had is more tutorials, or tutorials period. I'm not even sure there are any. I will look and try to find if they have a manual on the forums or something, or if you know of the manual, please link it in the video description or in the comment section, and I will put it in the video description and stuff, and probably hopefully put a link to it here. So that's pretty much how turns work. Let's open another door. Good, I can put another module in here, and it's a dead-end room. Let's power it, and we will kill the Densians here. And again, we are getting a light amount because we're going very easy. That's where my science generator is going to go, but I can't build it yet. And that's okay. Let's go to the side again. Ooh, another pathway. And I can put another module. Can't power. Okay, I've run out of dust. I need one more dust. And I got another dust from him killing a monster, so boom. Very nice. Looks like this is going to be our holdout, because this is where really kind of everything gets trapped here. This is our, what's that called? Bottleneck. This is our bottleneck room, so we'll probably do a lot of fighting here. So like if I had that module that increases hero damage from the artifact, I'd probably pop one of those here, or maybe even 2, to make sure my DPS is kicking butt in this room, right? Okay, so we already talked about heroes a little bit. Let's do that. Every time we do a room in this first one, we'll start talking about heroes and things. This video might go a little bit long because I could probably get through most of how to play this game in one video. Heroes unlock as you play. Like you saw, there's a bunch of them to unlock. You can find them in the dungeon, and if you can take them all the way out, you can unlock those heroes for the next gameplay. Heroes level up as you play and keep their levels between floors. So let's actually go look at this guy again. I might want to level him up. I've got 35 food. So let's look at this guy. They're both 25 to level, but I'm thinking I might need to level my puller again because he needs more hit points, really. And he gets more defense. What's defense do here? Capability to absorb damage. Since he's standing in the front, he probably needs to be more tanky. I'm going to level him again, and he'll get an active skill. Okay, so also his heal went up a tiny bit because he's getting stronger, right? This guy's heal is 4, and now this guy. So I can heal each one of these at least once. Heroes also have passive and active skills. Passive skills are on all the time. Self attack power plus 10. If an artifact is active on the floor, research is in progress. So that's kind of neat. Once they start research, this guy will become more powerful for those 3 turns that have research going on. And research will take a little bit longer. I'm about to get 35, which I'll unlock the Claymore Mine research. In fact, I don't know though. I kind of want the other one. Could help me for bottleneck rooms a lot more than Claymores might. But his active skill here is monsters in floor speed negative 40%. You can pop that when you get a huge spawn of monsters later in that level, and you can slow them down a lot. It allows the turrets to jack them up a little bit more before they reach you, and it also allows your longer range dudes to work on them before they can get close to the hero or modules or something like that. So that's kind of neat. His active skill is pretty neat. You can give heroes gear you find, which is really neat. It pumps up their stats a lot. Might give more hit points or more attack or things like that if it's a weapon. And I find that to be really fun. The only thing is you don't find a lot of gear. Again, I haven't been too far up into the floor system, but I didn't find too much gear. So I kind of wish there was a little bit more gear to find and maybe more differences in like what kind of gear do I want to use. This guy's my puller, so maybe I want some speed, you know, or you know, maybe I want to give him a better weapon, or you know, and so I have to. But this other weapon gives him more defense. I don't know. I would like more choices for gear probably. I don't see a lot of gear choices. That's something that could probably be improved, but it's still cool. Just, you know, a small improvement to the game. Heroes can gain passive and active skills. We already talked about that. When a hero dies, it's permanent. We, again, already talked about that as well. And so that's pretty much all you need to know about heroes. Let's put in the science module, and we're going to put it in this dead end because creatures will not be going that far. Hopefully, ever, really. That helps us. Now we go up to +6. So that really bumped up our science quite a lot there. I'm wondering if I want to start on the other research, because I know I can get that research now, right? And I might not be able to get this research. Claymore mines are more powerful. They also cost more industry. Attack cooldown 2. They do re-explode when multiple enemies walk by. I think I'm gonna get Claymore mine. I think it's gonna help more. So I'll wait one more turn. I'll have enough. Actually, exactly enough. So that's cool. So where's my puller? Oh, he's down here. He's down here with the artifact. We're gonna go this. We're gonna go up this direction because this is kind of an open-ended thing, and I'd rather not do that. I want to just keep funneling into this room right here. So great. Okay, good. Also, you can find self-power rooms. I don't need to spend anything to power this room, which is really cool. It obviously helps a lot, especially the higher you go up into the dungeon here, because it obviously gets more and more difficult. We've pretty much talked about everything except maybe some miscellaneous stuff. You can find merchants in certain rooms. You can buy upgrades from them, and that's what you'll spend other resources on. They don't all cost industry. It can be science or food or even dust to buy different gear items and things like that. Also, the merchant can be killed, so if you haven't bought everything off him that you want, you need to protect him. I don't know what happens if he dies. I've never had one die on me, and but I don't think it's going to affect you in the long run, because they don't come with you. They just stand there all the time. They never move, and they don't come to the next level with you, as far as I know. I've never seen that happen. Also, random luck bombs, which we will probably find. They're like modules where it'll say, hey, pay 20 industry and see what happens. You might get killed, you might get greatly damaged, you might spawn mobs, you might get an item. I don't know. A lot of times I don't like to use them because they're very random, and I don't want my guy to die. And I usually don't like to spend a lot of industry on stuff that's risky, but I don't know. It depends, I guess. Let's move everybody up, because even though this is the bottleneck, this is the only place monsters can come from, because I have lit up all these rooms, having a very easy time. We can also build another of any of these modules that are not build one and you're done. I'll probably build another food one, because I think leveling early on is really, really important. But obviously that's not going to be coming for a while. Two more doors, because I don't have enough industry. But actually, we can now start our research. I almost forgot. This is where you got to really pay attention. Pay attention to your plan and don't screw it up, because one little screw up can be, can damage you quite a lot. So we're gonna start researching the Claymore mine. This would be a great spot to put claymores. There's no way they can walk around. I'm just gonna get jacked up, right? Let's open another door here. Let's power it, because we can. Oh, not yet. It's still opening. Okay, so this room has nothing. We're gonna get everybody. Move up again. Great, more pads here. I hate pads. See how slow he is? That's why I'm not using him to pull. So, we probably could level someone. You can see he can go up in a level, but we will be very, very low on food, so I'm not going to do that. Let's just open another door. Must not let the treasures be corrupted by these oafs. Okay, so I don't have enough to power this room. What is this? Oh, okay, it's... Oh, cool, +9 science. Very cool. And I have a place where I can... So this is an unpowered room now. This room is powered. This one's unpowered. If you zoom out, you can see which rooms are powered and which ones aren't, which is kind of nice. Also where you have modules. You can see I need to protect all these areas, right? So that's kind of neat. Also where the open doors are. You can see there are open doors right here and there. That's kind of nice to have that little bit of tactical map to use for when you need it. We can build another module. Where should I build a module? We really don't have any safe places to build them anymore. That's not safe. This is not really safe. That is fairly safe. It depends. If this is a huge corridor area, that's more safe. See how there are tons of decisions? But it looks like this is the wider corridor. This is the bigger area over here. So I'm going to put one down here. Again, I'm going to do a food module because I really want to level my people up to as high as I can get them in this round. We're going to level this dude up now. Maybe more DPS would be good. Oh, let's check this guy out. Really need to make this dude a powerhouse. He could get another passive skill. What's this guy's passive skill? Oh, attack power. We bump him up when you got a lot of dudes to kill, when their mates are nearby. So if you have, see again, this guy's perfect for staying in the room that you're going to pull to, because right when he's in a room with someone, he gets plus 6% to his attack power. That's pretty sweet. I probably should level this guy. Let's see, how many hit points does this guy have? 626. See, this guy doesn't. He needs more hit points. The other guy really doesn't. But if I level him, I'm gonna be out of food. So let's level this dude. There we go. Okay, so he's gonna get also a passive on the next level up. That's awesome. So leveling my guys pretty quickly, I think, which is good. 12 food per turn now. That's insanely awesome. Let's keep going this direction. Alright, so I can almost power another room now. Claymore mine unlocked. That's awesome. So, since I can't power a room, I'm probably going to pull this guy back. Because, well, this room can stay unpowered. We'll pull to here. It's still fine. So, see, it's kind of like powered when he's standing in it. But what's going to happen? Oh, that's a dead end. That's nice. You know what we're going to do? Let's pull some power off some other rooms. Well, I don't want to. Well, I can't. Oh, it's powered. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so it's self-powered. That's insane. Now, again, it's kind of easy because, well, we're on easy mode, right? We're on very easy. So this should be fine. I think everything's powered or somebody's standing in it, right? You can see everything's pretty much covered. So the spawn should only be from the new room here. 24 food. Science going up relatively slowly. I wonder, you know what, let's come back down here and start our other science. I probably won't plop down a claymore mine because I don't think I'm going to need it on this first floor. And I'd rather have more modules to build up more resources. I'll probably build an industry generator next. I like the firebot. The stun one is cool. That could be actually cool because it could slow them down. And if you slow them down in a corridor, that could be really neat in a choke point, because then it gives you more time to deal with mobs. I think the firebot's going to be better, though. Let's do that. Science Creator 2! Holy crap! I want that. 46. I don't know if I'm going to get to it in time. How many more floors is there? How many more doors is that? Let's see. 27 to 46 is 19, so that's 4 more doors, and then I still have to have a door available to restart. Or no, I can still start the research, I think, at the end as well. I think there are 4 more doors, so I'm gonna wait. I think there... I don't know, there could just be 2. This is the price I pay for waiting. I think there are 4 more. I'm gonna wait. To me, it's important enough to wait. Let's get my dude here. Actually... There we go. I just left-clicked to click the room. That's kind of neat. You can zoom in and out really quickly that way. So yeah, this is a really cool game, and I've pretty much gone over the whole thing. I'm going to save and pause and do everything like that, because this is the end of the first episode. Let me know what you think about this game. If you're going to buy it, also let me know. Yes, always let me know in these kind of videos if you're going to buy it, because I always give that feedback back to the developer, as kind of a to say, look, it's good to give out games to YouTubers because you get more money back from that. And Amplitude knows this, but a lot of game companies kind of don't. They might not get that, and so this is a good way to show them with hard data that, yes, you're getting more bang for your buck. Like, they gave me a copy of Endless Legend, and I know of at least 10 people that commented that they bought the game because of the video. So they made 10 times their ROI on that, at least, just from the people I know that bought the game. Now, there's a lot of people that didn't reply that bought the game from the video that didn't leave a comment. I'm sure there are tons. So again, please leave in the comment section if you bought the game because of this video. It really helps the synergy between myself and Game Studios. So let's see, did I cover everything? Unlockable characters is awesome. Procedurally generated. Every one of these maps, dungeons are going to be different every time. I really love that because that makes a lot of replayability. Fun conversations between characters, which you'll see if you watch this series. There's really not a lot. There's almost no negative about this game. It's really hard to find games that you have nothing to suggest. It's pretty awesome. I love the 8-bit graphics. The graphic style's fun. It's just an overall awesome game. And you know what? I almost come to expect this from Amplitude because their games are all pretty insanely awesome. And I don't say this a lot about studios, but I really like their stuff. So, again, tell me if you like this game and the video and this new style of looking at first impressions more as a how-to. And as always, guys, stay frosty.